Hey everybody, Motumbo here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some more Historic here on Magic Arena. And again, we have another super fun deck that we built and played on stream over the weekend that I'd like to highlight on the channel. But again, before we hop into today's deck, just want to remind everybody, as usual, if you enjoy the deck, the channel, the gameplay, anything like that, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links down below. Join the Discord, which is down below. And then again, if you don't follow me over on Twitch, please do so over at twitch.tv/BAMotumbo. You can be a part of what we build and what essentially turns into a video. But with that being said, let's hop right into today's deck. And we are playing Altar of Gamgee. And this deck was, I originally saw another streamer playing. It was a little bit different. That streamer's name is Snuzuns. I'll put the link down to his channel down below. He does a lot of historic grinding. He plays a lot of different events. Is always trying to grind out wild cards and packs and whatnot. Plays a ton of decks. So go check out his channel. But Altar of Gamgee, this is a combo deck, and it has a few different combos in it, which kind of makes it a pretty versatile because you're not necessarily always looking for one or two cards, strictly because, again, there are multiple ways to win in this deck. And I feel like with there being multiple combos to do, you are usually going to either lock your opponents up pretty quickly or just win the game really quickly. So this deck can win as quickly as turn 3 just by slamming a few certain cards on turn 1, on turn 2, and on turn 3 to win the game. So the main way to win the game is going to be Samwise Gamgee plus Cauldron Familiar. If you're not familiar with Cauldron Familiar, it is a 1/1 for 1. When it comes into play, your opponent loses a life and you gain a life. And then you could sacrifice a food in order to return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. So all we really need is a way to sacrifice this card and a way to generate food. So with that being said, Samwise Gamgee has a really cool ability. This is whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you actually get to create a food token. So when you sacrifice a food in order to bring back the Cauldron Familiar from your graveyard and put it into play, you're going to generate a food token when it comes into play. So that in itself is going to be essentially infinite, but again, you just need a way to sacrifice the Cauldron Familiar in order to get it in your graveyard so you can keep doing that loop. So we do have a couple different ways to do that. We have Altar of Dementia, which is just a 2-mana artifact that says sacrifice a creature, target player mills cards equal to the sacrifice creature's power. So essentially we get to sack our familiar to mill our opponent for 1. This is not a way to win, right? We're not going to be essentially milling our opponent out, even though you can with other cards in the deck, because your opponent is typically going to run out of life, strictly starting at 20 life, whereas opposed they have 60 cards in their library. So you're going to deal damage to them in order to kill them. But this is just a sacrifice outlet. We also have Woe Strider. Woe Strider is a card that just lets you sacrifice a creature to scry. And then we do have Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth is going to enable some other things that we can do later on as well. But this does say pay a life, sacrifice creature to put a -1/-1 on a creature, which again lets us sacrifice the Cauldron Familiar. So that is one way to win. Another way to win is going to just actually be to mill our opponents. So in order to mill our opponents out, we can do something like, again, Altar of Dementia, which enables our sacrificing. We have Solemnity. Solemnity is a really cool enchantment that's been around for a while now, but it just says players can't get counters. Counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. So none of our creatures are going to be able to get counters put on them, or our opponents. But we could play either Putrid Goblin or Yawgmoth. So Putrid Goblin is a 2-mana 2/2 with Persist. So when this dies, it comes back into play with a -1/-1 counter on it. And then it only happens if it didn't have any counters on it, right? So normally without Solemnity, if this were to die as a 2/2, it would come back as a 1/1, and then it wouldn't come back at all. And then Yawgmoth is kind of the same thing, but backwards. If this dies with it having Undying, it would typically come back as a 2/2 because it's going to get a +1/+1 counter on it. But again, with Solemnity, that doesn't happen. It's just always going to be able to return. So with Solemnity and Altar in play, you need just any of these creatures that have either Undying or Persist. On top of that, with these two creatures in play, or either one of them, Putrid Goblin or Yawgmoth, with Woe Strider, you can essentially scry through your entire deck and look for whatever card you need. And then on top of that, we are playing 9 lives because we are playing Solemnity, because this is another, I would say, combo. It's going to really shut our opponents out from winning usually. They're not going to be able to kill us with damage. Sometimes when you get Solemnity and 9 lives out against an opponent, it's going to buy you enough time to kill them another way, or they're going to see that they're not going to have a way to deal with either one of those cards, and they're just going to concede the game. Other notable cards in the deck, obviously we're playing 3 copies of Collected Company. We have a ton of creatures that cost 3 or less, so this is going to let us just look at the top and hit one of the creatures that we potentially need to combo out. And this is the first time that I've been able to play, since coming back, Assemble the Team. So I was a little skeptical of this. Assemble the Team, 2 mana, search the top third of your library, round it up for a card. Put that card into your hand, then shuffle. So this card on the surface doesn't seem that great, but then again, after I've played it, this card is ridiculous. This is essentially a demonic tutor, I feel like. Yeah, sometimes you're not going to hit the card you want, but usually playing in multiples, you should, you're essentially looking at the top, 17 to 20 cards. That's a huge chunk of cards to look at. And you're usually going to find, I would say, a very, very, very high percentage of the chance or percentage of the time you're going to find the card you're looking for. And, with Demonic Tutor being on Arena, but being banned in every single format, so why is it on Arena in the first place? I feel like this is a great substitute for it. And, you're just going to, like I said, find the cards that you want. We also have Yawgmoth, Thran. I've already covered Yawgmoth, but with Solemnity in play, or even, you don't even need Solemnity, but with Yawgmoth in play, and then 2 Yawgmoths, you can draw your whole deck. I mean, depending on what your life is, you're just going to be able to, kill a lot of creatures. Really, really good. Because Yawgmoth says, pay a life, sacrifice a creature, put a 1/1 counter on another creature, then draw a card. So again, it's super, super useful, because with Yawgmoth, it's going to come into play with a +1/+1 counter. You're going to use Yawgmoth to put the -1/-1 counter on Yawgmoth, and then it's going to remove the counter. So the next time it dies, it is going to come back into play, and you're just going to be able to, like I said, draw the cards. You're going to hit what you need, and that's going to be the game. On top of that, we are playing a bunch of non-basic lands. I did put in 1 of each basic land, just in case our opponent is trying to do something screwy with destroying our land, and we'll be able to search those out, again, just in case. But one of the most important lands in the deck is going to be Phyrexian Tower, because of the fact that we don't mind sacrificing our creatures. This is going to generate extra mana, because when we sacrifice a creature, we get 2 black mana as opposed to just tapping for 1 colorless. This does let us, maybe cheat out some things super quick and then just win the game. But again, the goal here is to potentially turn 1, Cauldron Familiar, turn 2, Samwise Gamgee, turn 3, Woe Strider or Altar of Dementia. Should win the game at that point. If not, honestly, the best thing to do is just going to be Cauldron Familiar, Samwise Gamgee, Woe Strider, game over, because Woe Strider is going to come into play. It's going to generate that token that food token that we need here, and then we're just going to start the combo. So yeah, that is Altar of Gamgee. Again, I'll link down Snuzuns channel down below, so y'all can go check out his channel. And again, huge shout out to them. But yeah, we played this on stream. We built it on stream, did some modifications, and I'm really happy with this deck. This deck is super powerful. It's super fast, and you just surprise your opponent. But with that being said, everyone, let's hop right into the games. I won't spoil anything for you, and I'll see y'all at the wrap-up. For realsies. You have someone stopping on every single step. He's mad because casualties award you, and then you made a comeback. We go first. This is an interesting hand. I think I'm going to keep it. Oh, here's a deck we haven't seen in a while. I guess we're going to fire this off, right? Okay. I'm going to offer the trade here. It's probably wrong. But if we don't draw our other piece of the combo right, then his flyers are just going to get out of hand. So they play things like Spell Queller and stuff, right? I'm assuming. All right, we're gonna hold off. Oh, interesting. Holy moly, what is that? That's a card. So they're short on land? Okay. So can we just drop Oh. We're good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just drop 9 live Solemnity in one turn, and the game is over, right? Hadn't seen blue-white flyers in a long time. I mean, obviously, I haven't played, you know, regularly in a long time anyway. I mean, this looks all right. Artifacts, okay. Whoa. Usually the blue-white flyers play a bounce. I mean, Samwise is a pretty good draw, right? Blast Zone. Ooh, Foundry Inspector. Is there any world where we can win right now? I don't think so. Okay. I'm getting nervous. Are we dead? Like, they could get us here. Their whole deck could just be... Alright, so their whole deck's not just cantrips. Did they... Okay. So I do this. I sack the cat to the tower and then play the Low Strider, and then we have a combo, right? All right, let's start the clicking. All right, thank you so much, Jetman, for not making me do that, because I did not want to do that loop 38 times. Holy moly. All right. Good deal. Good deal. Funky Duck. What a name. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, this is a hand, right? Like, against Yorion, though? Like, oh, do I play Cat here? Or do I play... I'm going to play Solemnity. I wonder if they're playing the Turns deck. Non-basic lands enter tapped. Okay. This returns a creature, right? Can only cast one spell per turn. You just needed that to be your spell? feel like I have to go for it, right? You did it. No, well, here's... there was my chance, right? Sure. I definitely feel like I could have won there, right? Like, I completely forgot Samwise had that ability. I mean, if they don't have any interaction, we win here, right? I'm not going to play a land. Why didn't I... Did I not draw a card that turn? Did I do something wrong? So, how I'm going to win is I'm going to get a tower... And then I'm going to play the tower for 2 mana, and then I'm going to get an altar. Right? Like, I could lose. But that's my plan right now. Okay. There we go. And now we just have to do this 65 times. Oh my god, alright. Thank you, Funky Duck. Thank you for not making me do that over and over again. The gracious opponents today. We're getting like super fast pairings today. Sacred Box. I mean, there's a combo right there, right? Turn 4. Maybe we draw a Yawgmoth here. No, not a Yawgmoth. Beware the Cauldron Familiar. Yeah. Altar near 4. What is this? Attaching equipment. Oh, Lord. Is it better to play this or... we'll just play this out. Maybe there's merit to having Solemnity against their deck, but probably not. I just don't think they can 17 me here. Unless they have a hammer. Where are those coming from? Oh, right from that. Trample. Does this have trample? No. I don't want to be at 6. I want to be at 7. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah. Boo-boo. Air horn. Beep, 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 beep. We did it. That land was actually really good because without this land, like if we only had this land, we wouldn't have been able to assemble the team. If you would gain 1 life, or if you gain life, you gain that much +1. Okay. Oh, maybe we just do this now. Could be wrong. That's, I mean, it's fine. Now we 100% get to block. Hey, Avid Fish. I was I was gonna message you yesterday, and then I think I got distracted, and it slipped my mind after that. I was going to see how you were doing and how the new house was going, and I was going to see if you wanted to hop on and potentially play something. Yeah, let's run this out. Okay. You are living the dream over there. Yes. Oh, oops. Oops. Oh, chapters don't level. Never mind. I'm dumb. That's on me. Oh, it could just run out the combo. All right. We're going to collect to company. If we miss, we run out the combo. All right, what do we got? That's a hit. Oh, they quit. Yeah, we were going to do the same thing, right? Go for our altar tower combo, win the game. I did that a long time ago, like scaled back games that I played. I want to be doing, more productive things with my time. Usually, I'm not saying it happens all the time, but I mean, we win now, right? Like, yeah, turn 3, like, just get in there and get, man, wow. This deck, the combos in this deck are pretty ridiculous. We go first. Yeah, we'll keep this. Temple of Mystery. We haven't seen that land in a hot minute. I mean, we're just gonna run it out, right? What are they doing over there? Please don't be a mutate deck. Oh, I just realized this could be a mutate deck. It's a mutate deck. Oh, it's a human, though. You can't mutate onto humans. All right. It is a mutate deck. I mean, we just need to draw a cat here, right? And the combo begins. This might be the opponent that makes us do it. Just remember, it's perfectly fine for them to make you play out a combo. Because you are the one playing the combo deck, right? So, luckily our opponent was cool, though. Thank you, Danielle. That's legitimately a interaction that I think should not exist on Arena. Like the fact that it gives you the option just to sacrifice it. Solemnity, that was a good draw. Blue-white. What kind of blue-white are you playing? Omen of the Sea? Oh, okay. So this is just a control deck. All right, well, let's get these counters out of your hand. And they did not draw lands. Yep. Just gotta bait out the counter spells, right? Here comes the counter. Okay. So they kind of know around... that's fine. Just gonna pull out the counter spell. All right, now we have to legitimately worry about Blue Gear Hulk. Oh, dang. Draw 3? I play this. Yeah, here comes the Gear Hulk, probably. Oh, you're gonna just syncopate? Should have done it for 3. That's completely fine. I want them to cast something, right? Like, because I do want to drop this Solemnity in play, have them counter it, and then we play the Altar, and then just win. Exile all artifacts and creatures. So if we do this, this gets exiled. That's fine. I still want to use Solemnity as a bait card later on. And it's really unfortunate that we didn't draw any land. And they stopped. They decided they wanted to cast a sorcery right here.
I know my responsibility. You know what? I'm not.
This is tough. Man. There we go. It is a lot of clicks, right? But you that was a good win actually there. But yeah, so with this being a lot of clicks, typically, right, you are committing to that. But it's usually not recommended that you're only playing combo decks that involve a lot of clicks, right? You play this deck for a while, and then maybe you go grind an aggro deck or a mid-range deck or a control deck, something that's not a million clicks, and then you take it in doses. But I mean, this was a good win, and luckily our opponents have been cool. They see the combo a couple times, they concede, and that's how it should be. All right, everyone, welcome back to the wrap up, and I hope you enjoyed those games. They were a lot of fun. As you saw, we won games super quick. On turn 3, we were able to win games out of nowhere, where our opponent just didn't necessarily know what we were doing, or they thought that they were stopping us, but then we just won because they didn't know how to time certain interaction or removal spells against us, and we were able to win the game at instant speed. Because again, if you have the combination of cards in play, right, sacking that cat is instant, and sacking that food token is instant, and it's going to be really hard for them to interact. And then while their spell is resolving, you can just go off. And you can go off at the end of our opponent's turn, thanks to stuff like Collected Company, or just having the cards where they need to be in general. So, again, this deck is a lot of fun. It is kind of expensive, so I've separated the cards, right? The cards in the very left column are going to be the commons and uncommons. Everything else is a rare or a mythic. Notably, there are 4 Altars of Dementia, which are mythic, and then 2 copies of Yawgmoth, which are mythic. Everything else is rare. Most of the lands are rare. There's 3 basics. All of the rest of the land are rare. So this is going to be one of the more expensive decks to play. But I would like to point out that if you have been playing since Historic pretty regularly, you might have a lot of these cards, right? Collected Company is a staple. 9 Lives Solemnity, if you've been watching my channel and building any of my decks, you should have those. And then, so really the only cards that you may or may not have are going to be the Altars and the Yawgmoths. And again, I took a long break. You may have played during those sets or bought those cards, and you may have those. And then in that regard, you're good to go. The land, if you've been watching this channel, you probably already have as well. So, I would say if you have these cards or are very, very, very close to building this deck, I would say go for it, right? If you have the wild cards and you're just a couple cards shy of building it, I would say go for it. This deck, again, is super powerful. You could adjust some of the numbers. You could even, drop a Collected Company if you want to drop down to 60 cards. Or if you're still looking to play 61 cards, right? A Collected Company could easily be another Assemble the Team. It could be another Yawgmoth or Cauldron Familiar, or it could just be a 4th 9 Lives. Do with it as you see fit. And if you find something really cool that you feel like maybe I missed out or just didn't get to adjust well, let me know, because I would love to know what else I could put in this deck to actually help it out. But again, if you enjoyed the video, the gameplay, the deck, the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links down below, one of those being the Discord. And again, if you want to be a part of the deck building process and, kind of help me build a deck, give me an idea, give me your deck. Maybe we just take your deck and then make some changes to it. Anything like that, come on over to the Twitch channel. And again, twitch.tv/BA Motumbo. The link is down below. But yeah, I'd love to see y'all there. So yeah, other than that, everyone, I hope y'all all stay safe, and we will see you all next time.